There are various Vedas, Puranas, and everything. So it's compilation of the scientific knowledge and scientific information within these ancient Indian literatures. So one of them I would like to share with you here. Namaste. This is Wikipedia. History of Earth development, or you can say once it was formed around 4.5 billion years ago. How it evolved? How was it at the beginning, and how it evolved through various stages and was able to attain its present form. So you see that they have mentioned that Earth formed around 4.54 billion years ago, approximately one third of the age of the universe. Okay, so and solar system that started forming was around 4.6 billion years. So around half a billion years ago, then the formation of the Earth. So this whole solar system, our solar system, that started forming from solar nebula. When you take out some from the raw matter that they named as solar nebula. So some matter they because it was just in a big turbulent condition. So some matter out of this nebula came out. It got freed from the gravitational pull of this solar nebula. So some of the matter it came out, and that formed our solar system. So initially it was a raw solar system, and it kept on revolving around the solar nebula, as well as it kept on rotating on its own axis. So around the bigger mass that later on became the sun of our solar system, and that way it started accumulating some of the masses together to form various planets. So that's how it would have happened actually. But I'm interested in why I just pulled this information from Wikipedia is I wanted to show one thing, that the formation of Earth, how it formed, has been mentioned in ancient Indian literatures. We say that's a religious literature or dharmic literature. That's a different matter, actually. So, but it's the ancient Indian literature which mentions the formation of the Earth. I mean, evolvement and evolution of the Earth, how it like passed through various stages of formation and attained the present day form. So, how they visualized, how that was known to our rishis, and I sometimes mention it that rishis were the scientists only in ancient India. So how they could find it out, so that's really wonderful thing to know. So this is mentioned in one of the Puranas. What do you see here? The state of the earth, how it was when it was formed. I mean, how what were the conditions? I mean, at the beginning, 4.5 billion years ago, how Earth looked like. It was just the molten thing, you can say. It was just a molten or the liquid uh, sphere kind of thing, which was floating in space in the universe around the sun. So means what? It's clear scientific knowledge which you are getting in the present day science that was mentioned in thousands of years ago by the Indian rishis. One more thing here I would like to mention is that the easiest and the best way to learn large data or large text, you need to make a story out of it. I mean, when you are listening to a story, you are able to imbibe it, you are able to remember it, and you are able to recall it and reproduce it at any time later in the future. So that's the easiest way. And how Indian literature has been because earlier it is a most ancient literature and the write-ups, I mean, available in the human history. So they were remembered, the knowledge of the rishis that was remembered and transmitted to the future generations through, because that time there were no books and all that. So they were transmitted to the future generations through stories. But the stories, they are not just the stories. They have a lot of information hidden in the stories. It's not actually hidden, but if you don't interpret them in a negative way, you have all the positive information there in these stories. They are the stories, but stories why? Easy to remember. I've seen many Vedic teachers nowadays, even when who are actually practicing this thing, they can by giving it a quick look. They need not to sit for many hours and to memorize it. No, they just make a story out of that data, and then reproducing the story is too easy, and the whole data comes out of it. So that is the Vedic way of learning and memorizing things. That's why these are like the stories. But people who think negative about the ancient Indian literature, they just say this is mythology, this is nothing but the stories. Actually, they are not the stories. They have the information about the anything you talk about. There are various Vedas, Puranas, and everything. So it's compilation of the scientific knowledge and scientific information within these literatures, ancient Indian literatures. So one of them I would like to share with you here. Pulastya Uvach. The story goes like this: that Pulastya Rishi is telling the story to, Naradji, Narad Rishi, who in turn like passed the information on to Ved Vyas, who compiled all these Puranas and Vedas and Puranas. So he was a great Rishi, Ved Vyas, and who compiled all this information. So, how the story goes, like it's a discussion between Pulastya Rishi and Naradji. Pulastya is telling Narad how it goes about. So, I will just narrate this in English. The formation of Earth. So, in the conversation between Pulastyaji and Naradji, Pulastyaji is actually narrating the things to Naradji. Pulastyaji said, Shrunu Shwavahito Bhutva Katha Metam Puratanim Prokta Purane Brahmana Vyakta Murtina. Means Brahmaji himself is telling this old story. Pura tve karnavam sarvam jagat sattha varjangamam nast chandrar nakshatram pranast pavananam. Nothing was in its present day form. No moon, no sun, no planet, no air, no fire. Nothing was there. Agrat tarkyamavikeyam bhava bhava vivarjitam nimagna parvat taru tamo bhutam suturdasham. All the mountains, all the trees, everything was submerged in water. Means everywhere it was water. So no land, no trees, nothing was there. And there was darkness all around. Darkness all around, and the condition was not very good. Durdasha. It was not very good. Tasmin sashete Bhagwan nidram varsha sahastri keep. Thousands of years of sleep Vishnu Bhagwan was having. And it was the time when he was when it was going to be the end of that night of Vishnu's sleep, thousands of years of his sleep. So he wake up. Ratrante srijate lokan rajasam rupamastita. And he started constructing the world, this universe, this earth, the life on this earth, and the planets and everything. He started creating that. So this is the how the formation and evolution of earth has been. Exactly the things they have been named like Vishnu Bhagavan. So Vishnu is like a force which is creating the things. For better understanding and to fit into the story, they have been characterized as the human beings. So that way the stories goes on, and sometimes the people who want to present it in a negative way, they try to take out the meaning in a way that it's like the humans, how can this happen? But these are the forces which are mentioned like Bhagavan Vishnu, Bhagavan Shiv, Bhagavan Brahma. These are the forces available in the nature in this universe who are responsible for making and doing so many things. They have been characterized in the stories like to make them easily memorable or easily remembered. No written information is there. I mean, nothing is available to write down the things. So just the verbal knowledge to pass on to the coming generations. That was a way to like present it. And even there are immense knowledge in between these stories, hidden in between these stories. You need to understand this knowledge, my friends. That's so I would suggest and I would recommend that everyone should go through these literatures and try to take out the information out of it, and you will find the stories. You won't find a clear cut, because I told you that the story are the best way to learn, to keep it stored in your mind, like for future recalling the stories were made. And those stories as such was later on written when like the paper and writing things were invented, but they were the stories having a lot of scientific information in them. Please like the video, comment in the comment section, share it, and subscribe the channel. Thank you.